I'm Jen and welcome to my studio. And today we're actually going to be doing a tap shoe review. So I wanted to talk to you about 3 more tap shoes. In my first review I did the Miller & Ben Triple Threat, the Capezio K540, and the Jason Samuel Smith. So those are the 3 big ones that I'd always used, like, you know, when you graduate to a professional shoe. Those are the 3 first ones that I did. And since then I have experimented and tried other ones. If you watch any of my videos, you know I have a favorite. My favorite tends to be the Jason Samuel Smith. It just works the best for my foot. And I want to say that before I start this review, because please remember that everybody's foot is different. Your feet are even different from each other. And your preference for a shoe may not match somebody else's preference for a shoe. It doesn't mean that the shoe is bad or good per se. It just means that one shoe fit you better than another shoe did, and it may not be the same for the person next to you. I know that there are some internet battles happening when it comes to certain shoes. I don't subscribe to any of those battles. I just think whatever works for your feet works for your feet. And it may take you a few shoes to figure out what works for you, which is why I want to do these reviews. I know last time I was a little bit more up close when I did these, when I showed you the shoe, but I'm going to have some B-roll of the shoes so that you can really see an up-close view of the shoe while I talk. And then I will demonstrate a little bit of tap dance in each shoe for you guys. So that's how this is going to go. So today we're going to be looking at the Capezio K541. Capezio K541. I don't even know if they make them anymore, but they make one similar to it. If they don't, and if I can find the product links below, I will put them so that you guys can check them out for yourself. So Capezio K541, the Capezio Tapsonic, which is a shoe that is the subject of a lot of controversy, which we will talk about. And also we're going to be doing this, is it Sodansa or Sodanca? I think it's Sodansa. Sodansa, pretty sure. The Derek Grant shoe, I got the boots actually, so you guys are going to get to see the Derek Grant Sodansa boot today. So let's go ahead and start with the Capezio K541. So at some point while I'm talking, we will roll some B-roll footage so that you guys can see these. They're a pretty heavy shoe. In comparison to the ones that I usually use, I want to say that these are actually a little bit heavier than the block Jason Samuel Smith and the Capezio K360. I don't know that they're heavier than the triple threats. I think those might be on par with this one. So if you like a heavy shoe, the Capezio K540 or 541, because 540 and 541 are essentially the same shoe, but 541 is a little bit more decorated. As you guys can see, it has like some fancy little stitching and designs and stuff, and I liked this pattern better, so I went with it. These automatically come with the rubber on the bottom, so that's one of those things that I didn't choose to put on, it just came that way. These are a pre-built professional shoe, unlike the Capezio K360, which you custom build the platform and the colors also. These don't really come in fun colors, but they get the job done. They have a good sound to them. For my feet personally, hello Sayuri. For my feet, I don't know if you guys can see her because I might still be on the B-roll, but for my feet personally, these are not comfortable. My feet don't really like these a whole lot, so I don't wear them, but I do love the way that they sound. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a little demonstration of how they sound. They have just a very rich tone, which I love so much. So yeah, let's get into the demonstration. Okay, so I've got on the Capezio K541. Like I said, it has a rich tone to it, but it also has some good higher treble notes, which I really like. My biggest concern with these personally is that my feet are not comfortable in them, and I think it's because I have such a narrow foot and it is a little bit of a wider shoe. I think that might be my issue with it. But overall, the shoe actually is pretty good. So I'm gonna do just a couple of things, some paradiddles. I know one thing that I'm noticing that I remember not liking is that the heels are not very bassy. So the heels don't have too much bass to them. So not terrible in sound. So let's do some rolling shuffles. Not bad. I love the way the toe tap sounds. It's the heel tap that gets me, you know? So let's do a little bit of pullbacks just to see how those sound. Not bad. Yeah, it's the heels. It's the heels that drive me nuts. But if you don't want a super loud bassy sound, these could be a good shoe for you. I think these are a good shoe for a more classic piece, like a musical theater style piece. These could be a great shoe for that kind of sound. So yeah, overall, not bad. The inside is very cushiony, extremely cushiony. I think my issue is because my foot is so narrow. If I had a wider foot, these would be a lot more comfortable. I know a couple members of my company, Noise Complaint, have worn this shoe, and they loved it. They swore by it. So it's got a decent platform. Let's try just a couple wings, and then we'll move on to the next shoe. Good wing sound. All right, so that is the Capezio K540, and now let's move on to the next shoe. Okay, so moving on to what I thought were going to be my favorite pair of shoes ever. We have the Derek Grant Sodansa Tap Boot. Now, these are from, I want to say like 4 years ago, so they may have changed the design a little bit since then, but again, hopefully you guys are getting some good B-roll footage so that you can really see these. It's got a decent platform. The platform is on the toe, and on the heel, it's a stacked heel, which I really like. They're fairly supportive, not super supportive in the arch, but I don't have very high arches, so it never really bothered me. The part that gets me about this shoe is the toe. What I didn't like about this shoe is that the toe curves up. That's the only thing I didn't like about this shoe. Everything else about this shoe is phenomenal, but because the toe curves up, it led to me having to like change the way I angle my feet in order to make sure I don't miss any sounds. I was missing so many sounds because all the other shoes I had ever worn throughout my entire life were a lot more flat, but these toes have such an upward curve, and that's the only thing I didn't like about this shoe. So if you like an upward curve, I cannot recommend these enough. Like the Sodansa shoe just has such a great sound. It has such comfort to wear. My only issue was the curved up toe. Otherwise, fantastic. Also, they're really customizable. If it weren't for the toe, I would have gotten a second pair, and I would have gotten the not boots. Like, not the boots, but like the regular shoe. They come in plaid, guys. Like, the colors are so cool, and they have patterns like plaid. Also, I got these with the orange heart because I like orange a lot, and all of the shoes that the Derek Grants, they all come with a little heart, which I think is just so cute, and it just reminds me that we all love tap dance. Also, these boots, you can fold down the tops as well, so that you can get that, like, I can't really do it, but I can't really do it like this, but you can get that folded boot look, which is really cool. So anyway, let's go ahead and put these on so you guys can hear what they sound like. Okay, so these are the Sodansa boots. I mean, look at how cute these are. These are literally what I wear all the time. And I must have something sticky on these because they're just like sticking to my floor. But ignore that, okay? Ignore that. It's been a while since I've worn these. So let's do some paradiddles. See, I'm missing? It's that upward. I never miss my paradiddles, y'all. You know this if you've been on this channel. It's that upward tap. You see it? It's just so oddly shaped. So I have to change the way I do my paradiddles. Yeah, so I have to angle my feet down a little bit more in order to use this shoe. And it's not a problem per se, but it does mean that I have to change my technique to change the shoe. Not my favorite thing. So, shuffles. All right, so it's got a very light sound, not not a very like deep sound, but I like it. It's very crisp, and it would be good over certain types of music. I don't think it would be good over like metal or punk, but this would be really good over some jazz, which is where taps should be. It's a good place for a tap to be. Let's do some pullbacks. Let's see how these angled up taps do with me with pullbacks, huh? I think I did it. I think those were all 4 sounds, I think. It definitely is a different technique. I had to change the angle of my foot that I'm used to having. Let's try some wings, guys. Honestly, wings are pretty good in these. I like it. So overall, it's a good shoe. These are comfy. I'm not gonna lie. I could literally just like walk around in these like they're my regular combat boots. They feel like combat boots. So if you're looking for something super comfortable with a great higher pitched sound, these are great. These are fantastic. The shape is a little different from other shoes, but if you can get past that, or if you are good with that shape, if you're fine with that shape, these are a fantastic shoe. And again, the customizable options just make my day. The plaid, please. Bento, you like these, right? He's like, yeah, I do. I like boots. All right, so hopefully me reviewing these has helped you decide if you want to try them or not. Bento's tap dancing. Thank you, Bento. So let's go ahead and go on to the last pair. All right, and finally we're moving on to the last pair of shoes and the most controversial pair I own. These are the Capezio Tapsonics. These are revolutionary in that no other shoe is made like these. These actually have a plastic platform. And an interchangeable heel. Plastic platform, interchangeable heel. So you can get a heel that is, I mean, this is aluminum with an aluminum top, and you can get it in black if you want to, or you can, it's, as you guys can see, it is a full metal heel. Not a Full Metal Alchemist, but a full metal heel. So you can get it in black. It's still aluminum, but it's black. You can also get it in stainless steel, which provides a beefier sound for sure. Why are these so controversial? Honestly, I don't know. Just they make tap dancers mad. I've just noticed that this is one of those shoes that people are like, how dare you change the way the tap shoe is made? And I mean, to be honest, I don't like them. If I'm gonna give you a completely honest review, which is what I try to do, I don't like these. They're not comfortable for me. They don't sound the way that I want them to sound, but I'm not mad at it. Like, I'm not mad at the shoe. Honestly, other than the Ruben Sanchez specifically vegan shoe, this is the most vegan a tap shoe can get. There's barely any leather in here. I think there's only one tiny piece of leather in the platform. It's for the soundboard, which is why it's necessary in there. So this is as vegan as it gets. Pretty cool, right? So they have like a suede top and a faux leather, so faux suede top, faux leather upper, and then a plastic shank and platform. Very, very different. So it's up to you to decide what you feel about a shoe like this. I think it's pretty cool. I love it when people step outside the box. I think Capezio did a great job at seeing how different they can make a shoe. People just didn't like it, I guess. Currently, these are on major clearance on Capezio when I'm filming this. I don't know if it still is, but if you're interested in a pair, now's the time to get it. Major clearance. But let's go ahead and put these babies on and see how they sound. All right, so here are the Capezio Tapsonics. As you guys can see, the heel is definitely noticeable and very unique in these. Things I love about them, when you first put them on, they're very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. But the comfort doesn't last very long for me. I think it's because of the shape of my feet. Some people swear by these as far as comfort. Not me. I think it's because I don't have a very high arch, and the inside of these shoes has built-in arch supports. So as a flat-footed person, it's actually pushing up against my foot in a way that is not very comfortable. So that's one negative for me, but it doesn't have to be a negative for anybody, for everybody else, I mean. The other thing about these shoes is that they're very high-pitched. They sound different, don't they? They have a little bit of a plasticky sound. Just a little bit. And I think that that's one of the things people didn't like about it. They have a bit of a plasticky sound. So let me go ahead and do some paradiddles, some shuffles, and stuff like that. So weird sound, right? I'll get to why I like it in a minute. But weird, different. Let me do some shuffles. Let's do some pullbacks. Got some pullbacks. Sounds like, I don't want to say it sounds like loose change, but doesn't it? A little bit, at least it just sounds very metallic. Shouldn't that? It's missing a richness. It's missing the wood. It's missing that wooden platform, for sure, of what we're used to hearing. Let's do some wings. Whew. Interesting, right? All right, well, overall verdict of these shoes is they're okay. They're absolutely okay. They're better than ones that don't have this much support. And they're really inexpensive right now, so these could be a very good shoe. When I purchased them, they were brand new, and I may have spent close to $300 on them. So I was a little disappointed based on what I spent, but now that they're at the price that they're at, it's a great deal. And honestly, it's not a bad shoe. And here's the thing, owning different types of tap shoes, yeah, you're gonna find differences in each one. Obviously, these three are different from each other, and they're different from the original three that I reviewed. But they all sound different in a good way from each other. I use them for different things. When I teach on Marley, I want a shoe that has a higher pitch, so it's a little crisper. So I'll teach on Marley in these because they have a higher pitch and it's easier to hear on Marley. I'll also teach on Marley in my Miller and Benz. Because again, the toe tap has this just like a higher pitched, crispier sound that's easier for my students to hear on Marley. And in some of my studios, I teach on Marley. It is what it is. And so if I'm filming a video and I want a flatter sound, I want something that's gonna come through on the camera with a nice flat sound, I will use my K360s or I will use my Sodansa boots. They provide the best sound for filming like my Ave Maria video. I did the punk half, I did in the boots, and then in a few of my other videos I have used my K360s because they just gave the best sound for that. It was nice and flat, didn't echo too much. If I'm teaching on a wood floor, my J-Sams. I want my J-Sams. The K540 that I have, they're kind of my backup shoe. I have them as a just in case kind of thing, or you know. But I use all of my shoes for different reasons, and you guys might find that you have different reasons to use different shoes as well. So maybe while this shoe, the Tapsonic, is not everyone's favorite, it's allowed to be yours. So I hope that this review helped you guys. I know there were some other shoes that you guys asked me to review. I'm working on earning enough money to get those. I forget what it's called, but one of them starts with a C, and they are so expensive. And then I also want to try the Ruben Sanchez, the vegan shoe. I want to try that shoe so badly because I am vegan, and it would be so nice to be able to wear a shoe that was vegan. But I'm so scared that I'm not going to like it, and I will have spent all that money customizing it, and I can't get it back, you know? I'm just like, I'm trying to pay for a wedding right now. I'm like, I can't. But maybe one day I'll be able to get the Ruben Sanchez, and I forget the name of the shoe that starts with a C. If you know the name of it, put it down in the comments below. There's also the GS1. The GS1 is Dancing Fair, Matt from Dancing Fair, his shoe, and I do want to try that one for you guys as well. So hopefully I'll be able to get a couple more pairs of shoes. Bento, you interested in reviewing some shoes? That's my Bento voice. I love my Bento voice. All right, so thank you guys for watching this shoe review. I hope it helped you guys out, and put some requests for more shoes down below, and eventually I'll have the money to get to it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, or the subscribey button as I like to say, and join the Tap fam. I do videos like this, shoe reviews. Don't smell those. Oh, for the love of... I do tap shoe reviews, vlogs, tap tutorials, step tutorials, technique exercises, choreography, all kinds of stuff, and it's all free, all for you guys. So if you want to learn tap dance, you can do it for free right here on this YouTube channel. I love being your YouTube tap teacher, so thank you guys so much. And as always, thank you for dancing with me.